Alright, so I'm updating my video on adventures, and we're going to do Adventure 13. First of all, if you go back here, Adventure 13 randomly chooses a map between 9, 10, 11, and 12 each day. So, if you go back here to Adventure 9, you can see that Galahad is the boss there if you look through this little window thing. And 10, that's what, Ginger or whatever. And here it's Orion, and 12, it's Cleaver. Now, for Adventure 13, you can see who the boss is, and that is Galahad. So it's Adventure 9, right? There's Galahad, Adventure 9. So you can see what the adventure is each day just by looking at that window. A lot of people don't know that, so I'm going to remark on that. Why this matters is because most people want to avoid map 10, because you can't have a single loss on map 10 if you want to get full boxes, and you got to wait for people, and it's just this map just isn't worth doing. I'd rather do a 12 than a map 10 on Adventure 13. And now inside the adventure itself. All right, so one thing you'll notice on here are these red lines everywhere. These red eyeballs. They're called the Eye of the Herald, and they have all these red lines. And what these red lines do is they buff other towers. So for example, this tower here, it sends out a 300% buff energy gain, so it's 4x energy gain, to this tower and that tower. So you can see that Caracat did the top route here in Adventure 13, but when he got here, he had to stop. Why? Because there's a 300% energy gain for these guys, and another buff is 100% physical and magic attack for the entire team. So they're 4 times faster, they're twice as strong, and then there's a 100% physical damage debuff, right? That means Caracat cannot attack this with a physical hero, otherwise they will do 0 damage. He has to use an all magic and or pure damage team, right? And it'd be madness for him to attack. He would get wiped out quick. And likewise for the southern route, the bottom route here, that person's going to go along here, come over here, through here, and then they're going to have to stop there. Because again, 4x speed, 100% damage, plus 100% damage, so twice damage, 2x damage, and then a magic debuff. So Johnny B. Bad is going to be joining our adventure a little bit later, and he can't attack this tower with because there's a magic debuff. He cannot attack with magic heroes. It has to be physical, right? So he can't use any mages except for Heidi and Iris, because they don't do magic damage; they do pure damage. So it has to be Dante or Yasmin or Sebastian or Isaac that he uses here, or Anvari if you want to counter Kark. And actually you do want to use Isaac because there's 3 mages here. So yeah, you can't, on these adventures, on these high level adventures, this is the highest, 13, you can't just power through these. If you use a physical team, or a magic team, you'll do no damage and you'll die within seconds. And I'm doing the center route here, and the person who comes in to do this, the bottom route here, they have to stop here again because there's a 4x damage increase, right? So Heidi would melt you within seconds. If you quadruple his damage, he's going to melt your entire team within seconds. So this person can't move past here until I take out this tower right here, right? This is the outgoing buff to that tower. All right, and the other thing to pay attention to is the buffs of the day. Well, actually, nobody in here is buffed, but you can see the buffs, and they will have them listed on here for the opposing team too. But you'll see the buffs here. So it looks like it's just tanks today that are buffed. Yeah, there's nothing else buffed. So Aurora has she has a 4x magic damage, and also her skills are sped up by 50%. So she's fast and more powerful. So she'll beat this team within seconds. So when I look at this team, they have Arachne in the front here, so I'm going to need Sebastian to cancel out her dizzy, her control effects. And I could use Isaac here if I wanted, just to counter these two mages. And yeah, this is probably an easy win right here. Now I'm not going to play all of these, but we'll just do this one, just because it's the first one on my episode here. And you'll see Aurora's already flying here. She's gonna, oh, like Arachne dizzied her because Sebastian hasn't triggered yet. There goes Sebastian, and now it's going to be over once Phobos lets her go. Wow, he drained all her energy too. Wow, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected. But it's going to be an easy win nonetheless. All right, so now you see I've taken that tower and the red line goes away. So it's no longer buffed. And that tower is now safe to attack. All right, I'm going to continue on my route. And you can see here that Chaba the Hutt is he's a tank, so he's buffed. Same buffs as Aurora, and nobody else is. And again, I need Sebastian to counter these 3 control heroes. All right, all 3 of these are control heroes. And a couple of mages, so I'll keep Isaac in there. And yeah, this team should work. I'm not going to play the thing. I'm just going to show the after damage report. Oh, one thing I missed on this one is that it actually has a double healing. I wasn't paying attention and missed that somehow. But you can, inside the battle screen, you can see all the buffs that are currently in effect. So pet power is increased by 2x. And tanks are plus 50% speed. And then the 4x for physical magic attack for tanks. And here's the after battle report. You can see Aurora did a ton. Heidi was a good second man on that. And Chaba got a lot of healing. And yeah, a lot of healing from Martha. So you can see that healing buff come into effect there. Now I'm going to continue on the route. And again, there's Chaba. And okay, so with Ju, I want to put Martha in there because Martha is a counter to Ju. And pretty much go with the same team. It's kind of weird they have Polaris here. She's not going to augment this team at all. And Jet is a crappy healer, so don't really need... In fact, I'll put Arachne in here to dizzy them, and Dante just to kill them. This will be easy too. So if you don't like watching your fights, I usually watch. I don't always, but I usually do. Depends on if I'm in a hurry or not. You can just press the little pause button there and then skip battle, and you'll see it went well. Aurora crushed him. So continuing right along, I'll take the big buff. Whoops. And again, Corvus will be the only one buffed here. And we'll do the machine gun Heidi on this one. And let's do Sebastian to counter that control hero. And let's see how it goes. And I'm going to show this one because Corvus, when his totem pops out, it damages Heidi significantly and charges Heidi up. And then it causes Heidi to ult fast. but Heidi gets vampirism from Dorian, so all that damage he gets, he heals up, and you'll see him kind of go back and forth like a yo-yo. It looks like we're not going to be able to see it because Corvus is going to die too fast, and we won't even see his totem. But it turns Heidi into a machine gun. Corvus turns Heidi into a machine gun. But Aurora destroyed them within seconds. Okay, here's a dual tank team. So we got 2 tanks. They're both buffed, of course. I'm going to use Arachne again because Arachne will stun them and keep them dizzy. And I don't need Sebastian for this. What's that? Oh, I'm getting mixed up here. Dante. This team will be fine. All right, a couple towers advanced here. I'm now coming to 42 here. And you'll see that there's a pure damage resistance of 100%. So I cannot, under any circumstance, use Heidi, Iris, or Albus because they will do no damage at all, and it's pointless to use them, therefore. And also, the defense is going to, there's 100% damage dealt, so increase of 100%, so that's twice as much damage. So Yasmin's going to be a problem here. So, all right, so I also don't want to use Albus as a pet because that won't do anything for me. So let's change that. And, all right, so Rufus is there. So I really kind of need Morrigan in there. Well, I guess I can't use anything else but that. I won't do anything, but I'll put that on there, and that should be fine. Aurora will kill them within seconds. But you can see I didn't use any pure damage heroes. You can see it's the same thing with number 34. Double damage and 100% damage, pure damage debuff. So again, no Albus, no Iris, no Heidi. And again, there's Rufus. So I got to pretty much use the same team here. And it should be noted that on the center route, you can only lose one time. If you lose twice, you'll never be able to take out this tower here. And then that means that these towers will never be taken down, and good luck getting through that. Double damage increase and decreases damage taken by 95%. So if you were to attack this tower without me taking down the buff, well, then you're only going to do 5% damage to them, which is almost nothing. And they're going to do double damage to you, and there's also the 100% magic damage decrease, or over here, physical damage decrease. Right? These are the ones you really have to pay attention to, these 100% debuffs, right? And now at last I come to the final 2 towers where I take out the buffs that prevent you guys from moving. All right, so I won that one. And you'll see the red lines collapse. So it's now safe for Kiara Cat to attack that tower. But the next one, of course, is buffed. And same here. So there's 2 in a row that you have to take out. You have to be careful here because there's double damage. All right, so I made it through without losses. And you'll see that all the buffs are down. But still, you gotta remember, there's still these other debuffs inside the tower, so 100% magic damage decrease. There's several in a row there, a couple in a row. So when you get to these, you cannot use any magic heroes. You have to use physical or pure damage. Otherwise, you'll do no damage at all and you'll lose. I think that's it. The boss has all kinds of, look at that, ×6 healing, 4 times damage. I don't know if these stack, so you do negative damage because it's over 100%. So you can't kill the boss unless you take all these out. Now, Cat finishes his route. He'll have 2 attacks. If he doesn't lose, he'll have 2 attacks on the boss. I have 1. And the southern person can have up to 3 attacks on the boss. So 6 total between us, hopefully. And this guy is tough to kill. I have a hard time with him. And there's Cat. He's moving now. Now that I took that tower down. So hopefully this is helpful. I'll post this. And I'm going to go to bed now. But you'll be able to see this when you wake up.